I got an email which I thought I would share with you, and he was asking why I stick to such a regimented chronology. Why am I so regimented? And moving from one decade to the next decade, from one year to the next year, and so on and so on. And it's a very good question, and I thought I would share my answer that I gave to him with you. And the reason is I find it much easier to understand history if you stick to some sort of chronology in terms of the events. Now, that's not necessarily the way a lot of historians do that. In fact, many books today will bounce around from topic to topic. And I would say that's done more often than not, rather than presenting an absolute chronology of events. But I would also say that in the 18th and 19th century, and if you go back and read historians from those centuries, you will see that they stick to a chronology of events. I think they do that quite a bit more. But again, I just prefer to stick to a very strict chronology of events. But again, a lot of other YouTube channels and a lot of other books will bounce around from topic to topic, and that's certainly fine if that's the way they want to do it. But that's not the way I like to do it, so I thought I would just share that with you. Now, one other tidbit I would like to share with you is this idea of how do you portray figures in history? And I don't like to sensationalize. That really is not something I like to do at all in my videos. Now, I'm sure if I did that, I probably would have a lot more views. So if I made videos on UFOs and aliens building the pyramids, I'm sure I would have a lot more subscribers than I do. But that's not the way I like to do it. I like to present history as accurately as I can. And that's always my goal. I try to be as unbiased as possible. Okay, enough said about that. Just an update on the channel. I actually will produce 2 videos this month. For the last several months, I've actually only been producing 1 video. But I think I'm going to be able to produce 2 videos this month. And I'm working on the next video for the Middle Ages. And this will involve the first timeline portion of the series. And we are going to begin with the Franks. And they became a dominant force in Central Europe. So we'll start out with the Franks in this coming video. I'm also currently working on the next Roman video, and we will shift our focus over to Sicily. Now, we're actually going to remain in 214 BC. That's when all of these events in Sicily are taking place. And basically what happens is Syracuse decides, or unwisely decides, to join Carthage. And the Romans were determined not to let that happen. So look for 2 new videos in the month of August. And as always, thanks again for watching.